Aufstehen! Du, aufstehen! Hoch! Werft ihn raus!
The Pianist is both a stunning and haunting work of art because it's a portrait of moral schizophrenia. Stories about the Holocaust have a riveting quality. One of the main reasons is this. We wonder how, in a world that looks very much like ours, ordinary people could turn their backs while sickening human rights violations happen under their very noses.
Na, was ist los? Langweilst du dich?
Was ist mit dir? Frierst du? Da musst du dich bewegen. Beweg dich mal.
Ja, genau. Tanz mal. Los, tanzen.
Tanz mal.
Ja, na komm, komm. Tanz. Los. Ja, das ist doch schön. Was ist mit dir? Willst du nicht auch mit tanzen?
So, jetzt machen wir mal die Straße frei für einen Judentanzplatz.
Los.
Und du? Ja, ihr beide.
Though this treatment of humans is barely hidden, life for non-Jewish citizens appears to go on as normal. The film flits between the two worlds and thus paints a picture of a schizophrenic society. One wonders, how can bystanders live with themselves and enjoy their lives as though nothing is happening? But then you're faced with the stark realization, isn't this what we do every day? We enjoy our lives as normal, whilst human rights violations rage in the media and on the screen of our phone or computer. The fact that they sometimes happen further away, in countries that are not ours, is little excuse for our indifference. Since we're all humans, we all have an obligation to care about abuses that deny the human dignity of others. Against this chilling backdrop, the Pianist shows us that through the sea of crippling indifference, some traces of humanity glimmer through.
This is disgraceful.
It won't last long, don't worry.
That's what I said. It's too absurd.
And though these brave people are in the minority, their actions make all the difference in the world. But why can't these exceptions to indifference regarding the suffering of others become the rule? Whether the Nazis in Germany or ISIS in the Middle East, human rights abusers often fancy themselves grandmasters of sorts, social engineers, architects of a new world and way of being. And it's all too easy for some segments of society to be taken in by their narrative. But we have to realize that any message that involves the subordination of any individual human being is not only false, but incredibly dangerous. A Holocaust survivor once visited my high school and urged us to ensure that history does not repeat itself. He said that divisions amongst humans are dangerous, and any leader that seeks to emphasize them and capitalize upon them needs to be treated with alarm. We need to be vigilant at all times to ensure that all people's rights are protected, because history shows us that human rights abuses are a very slippery slope.
Look. Come and look.
Human rights are too important to be treated as the sole concern of governments or courts or police. In order to have meaning, the phrase "never again" must have a foundation in the hearts and minds of ordinary people as well. And this is why we must spread the principles of universal rights to everyone, everywhere. It's the only real antidote to the disease of moral schizophrenia, portrayed so hauntingly in this movie.
Sie sind Musiker?
Ja.
Kennen Sie zufällig einen Kollegen, einen Pianisten, den Herrn Szpilman, polnischer Rundfunk?
Doch, natürlich kenne ich den Spielmann.
Ich habe Herrn Szpilman geholfen, während er sich versteckt hält. Sagen Sie ihm, dass ich hier bin.
Эй, проходи.
Bitten
Не
Sie ihn mir zu
разговаривай с
helfen.
пленными. Проходи. Проходи.
Bitten Sie mir zu helfen. Wie heißen
Всё.
Sie?
Молчать.
Hosenfeld.
Проходи.
Wie?
Молчать. Проходи.